Okay, good afternoon everyone. Assalamualaikum. We will discuss the intelligent system over the internet. This is the continuation of last week. Just the learning objective. Understand the intelligent system in internet, across the internet. Examine the intelligent agents concept. Some application, and then web-based semantic knowledge, and then there is some recommendation system, and design the recommendation system. This is the success story using the intelligent system. You can see in ebook. For the human resource department, which is Spartan, Spartan stores, 115 supermarket. This is for sample, and they want to avoid the or reduce the turnover, and then so they use the AI for searching the new employee. And then in 2002 they are able to hire a good manager, especially for front office, because turnover rate is down from 100% to 59. They use the AI to analyze the CV, and also makes the good decision for the accept for new employer. Where is the result? You use the web-based, and all applicants are asked to use this system, and this become a recommender system. Also, the system will interview and give decision, hire or not. So you can see in Google, try to automatic interview. So maybe in the future, if you want to searching to new work, maybe the interviewer is a machine, not a human like today. And you can also use this is called some application, you can use free this, and then you will create the some question, and then the candidate will answer the question, and then the system can collect data, and then you then process the data further to analyze whether the candidate is accept or not. So this is a lot of free web-based chat for interviewing. So this is the maybe new information for you. And then this is the result employee replacement. Because the employee replacement is expensive, so you have to reduce the turnover, perpindahan karyawan. They analyze applicant profile and then reduce turnover half 98% efficiency, and then integrate with the system, for example in website, etc. Now we go to the concept intelligent system. This intelligent system is usually a model or programs with the capability for automation, following the rule and make the prediction. There's an inference. So we call it intelligent because they can analyze and then predict the result, predict the action. And also we can use the web for the intelligence. So the website is not only for information management but also for decision support. This is so we need some semantic information. We will discuss this later. And the intelligence also not only make the recommendation but also can give the action, and also specific tasks, information and some monitoring and recommendation. There is a lot of usage of the agent. So agent here is mean that the software or program have the ability to analyze and then propose the method. And then intelligent agents have the capability to perform routine tasks. So you can see maybe in the form of wizard or bots, chatbots, demons, software agent, etc. They have autonomy and independence, and there is three functions. Yes, perception, action, and reasoning. Maybe I will share this from the AI book, Russell. This is the agent. Agents is general, maybe robot, software, and etc. They should have the sensor and then perceive the environment, and then there is a rule from learning, and then they have the actuator for give the action to environment. This is the function and give the action here, perceive and action. In this slide there is some sample. This is the vacuum cleaner. There is a rule: if there is dirty, they will suck, and if there is no dirty, they move to the next room. There is only 2 room, for example. If A clean, go to the right. If A dirty, suck, dot. If go to the B and B is clean, go to the left. There is only 2 room, for example. This is the perception, action, and this is there is a reasoning is inside the rule. For example, last week we used fuzzy. Fuzzy, there is a rule for create the decision. And also there is a level of intelligence, level 0, to maintain user profile, and this is some sample more smart Also there is a component author account goals metric. This is sample of implementation. This is agent may be capable of learning. So currently today machine learning or deep learning has been implemented worldwide. This is the agent. For creating the successful intelligent agent, this will become as our decision support. Also can employee empowerment, make the customer service, customer satisfaction, and can for routine tasks, minimizing error, searching and retrieval data. This is the mining from the web, exporting model, and also mundane personal activity. And this is the classification. For example, there is autonomous agent, computational agent. Maybe we will discuss the computer science. Software agent, this is artificial life. Software agent, there is entertainment agent, and also viruses. This is the characteristics of agent. They have some degree of autonomy and also run asynchronously. And for intelligence, there is a degree for reasoning and learning. So for reasoning, maybe using the fuzzy. For learning, using the machine learning. And also there is a mobility degree to which agent move through network and transmit and receive the data. Static or dynamic is usually. So there is a some level degree of where is it? Degree of maybe the agent only static, but usually there is also new agent, mobile agents. Usually there is a 3-dimensional. Okay, 3-dimensional. Here there is 2-dimensional, and there is 3D space because there is a class of mobile, fixed or mobile. So there is a 3D space, maybe there is a learning and mobile or preference and fix, maybe the location here. For two dimension, maybe only for expert system is for reasoning or fix. This is the intelligent agent. Now we go to the web-based software agent. This is the famous implementation in web-based, usually for email. Can detect the spam or categorizing the inbox. Use a softbot for assistance with browser. For example, for frequently asked question, and also for search engine, also meta search engine, local. And this is for network agent for monitoring, diagnosing, securing, and resource management. This is for e-commerce. Very useful, the intelligent agent for identifying needs, searching for product, find best bargain, negotiation, and payment, after sales service, advertisement, payment, and also fraud detection. E-commerce and also maybe other agent for computer interface. For example, if you want to connect the Bluetooth device, for example, the Windows or operating system will ask you or give you some notification and what you should do to connect to Bluetooth for interface. Also, there is agent for learning, for speech agents and tutoring. Also for supply chain, office management, computer telepon integration, web mining, monitoring for alerts. So the intelligent agent have widespread implementation in today business. So there is a smartphone, using smartphone, for example, Tokopedia, Shopee, GoPay, Gojek, and etc. And then we continue to this DSS to help decision maker to decide. This is for mapping and monitoring, gathering, modeling, etc. From the DSS perspective. And there is a multi-agent systems. So there is not only one, but a lot of agents work together. Multiple designer agent work for multi-objective, different goals, and also for game strategy, gameplay, game cooperate or compete. Also, there is some distributed artificial intelligence. So there is a lot of collaboration between among agents and single designer. There is a subtasks and then map into one big task. Distribute problem solving. Also, there is a single goal. I go to semantic web. Semantic is main web. the content of the web, the format, and the language similar to language. We use the standard because Web 5 for standard for every browser or every vendor can use without modification. In this slide, actually there is another technology, famous current technology is JSON. JSON is the more easy to understand because its style using similar with our language. For example, this is the GeoJSON, how to create the JSON style of image. For example, I want to create the region in an image, and then we automatically create the JSON style, and then we can embed to our GIS system, for example. And then this is, I will create the region, and then this is the JSON style of this image. So there is some array style, and there is an object here, and polygon. This is the JSON style, and if some device need XML style, so you can copy this JSON, and then you can easily convert into the XML. So usually it the same, but there is a different format. Okay, this is the style of XML version 1. You can compare with this JSON style, but actually today the JSON is more popular than the XML. You see the XML style is there is a lot of here, and then it's difficult to see, but there is the same coordinate here. You see the JSON is more easy to understand. Usually some information system can implement this style. For example, so this is some application using the GIS. There is some school, and then there is some, if you want to create the donation, this is some exercises. Okay, this is the semantic web. You have to add here some technology. The famous one is JSON style, JSON XML, and also there is a web services using 4 layer, transport, XML messaging, Usually current technology is already use the framework. For example, MVC, Model View Controller version of the web, Code Ignitor, Laravel, and etc. Just the architecture of web services. The web services is usually communicate between the user interface, maybe mobile or web-based, to the database. This is a web service. So if you create the mobile application, connect to the databases, usually you have to create the web service to serve the communication, the data communication, and usually using the SWAP, Simple Object Access Protocol. Maybe there is a new version of this for the web services, especially current technology is using the microservices. So the microservices is more flexible than the monolithic, using the very big the data, and every application only connect only to this database. But for microservices, we have a lot of database spread according to the division or important or the owner. For example, Traveloka use the services from every maskapai or Garuda, AirAsia, hotel, and etc. They not use their own data, but using that service from others, using the microservices. Just the new technology. Also, there is a lot of benefit using the microservice. For example, if you want to enhance, create to add the server, because maybe there is some bottleneck, you have to upgrade the server is easily, only upgrade the specific service, not all the data, but only the service that you want to upgrade. For example, in Presiden University website, for example, if there is a microservice implementation, if there is a bottleneck in, for example, e-learning, so if the peers using the microservice, they only upgrade the database, that service for the e-learning, and without making the change in other, for example, the academic or finance and etc. This is the advantage and limitation. For web service, standardize, proof and trust. But of course, microservice need a lot of security, because we use another service, and one service may be used by other service, so we need some, usually using token. This advantage, easy to understand modules. Addition tool, this is security need for the concern. Our concern is the security, because web-based is internet-based, so everyone can access the web-based. Maybe they're in hacker room ya. You can access from there everywhere. This is the recommendation system. This is useful for some e-commerce because the web will suggest the user some useful information. For example, if we in Google, for example, we searching the laptop, for example, usually when we use Facebook, some laptop vendor will using the advertisement in our social media because they use the recommender system. Usually they collect and analyze our activity in web in terms of information, and then there is some profiling, data processing, feedback. Maybe they're using cookie or cache. Profile exploitation and recommendation identify useful information, compare user profile to new item, and etc. There is two kind: collaborative filtering, and then content-based filtering. For collaborative filtering, they use some similarity index. For content-based, maybe this is using the similar user. This is only for content. Okay, this is some doctoral test. So, for example, there is some user. This is the movie, and then there is this is ranking or not ranking, rating. This is the rating. For example, in South it have the 8 rating, Star Wars 1 rating, Avenger 7, and etc. Itu based on Alice, user Alice. For Bob, maybe they have the good high rating in movie, Cry, etc. So a recommender system will fill this empty rating. There is two kind approach, collaborative or content based. For collaborative, we will consider the other user to create this rating. So we first we create the average about of this rating. There's average, and then we minimize the ratings with the average. So we use this result, and then we use the similarity because we use the user or collaborative, this similar user. So we will calculate the similarity Alice to Bob, Clark, and David. This is the result similarity for Alice to Bob, Alice to Clark, and etc. And this is the result using this equation. And then we predict the Alice. This is the average, and then we use the this question. Usually you can use this with using the Excel, yeah. But usually because the web based, they're usually using the some language, yeah. And then the rating is 12.11, yeah. 18. And then in a website usually we use 2, 3, 4 recommendation, yeah. For example, if 2 recommendation, they will sort. Where is here? Because the result is 12, so this is the first, and then the second is inside out, yeah. So this is the collaborative filtering, and then we also can use the content base. Content base is we see based on the content, maybe similar. We see vertically, yeah. For example, we want to predict this, so we using similarity for the content, yeah, based on content. This is the content. If we compare with user, for user is here, but we use the content base, so we use comparing its content or its movie, yeah. For this example, you see for we have similarity in South and Star Wars. There is a result is 0. Usually this only multiply here, but here 8, 1, 5, 4, 7, and 1, and then we divide by the what this is the 8 square plus square, yes, square, and then akar, yes, square. So this is the distance, yeah, distance, and then for inside out and star we have 0.06. For Star Wars and Carol we have here 0.59, and then we can predict this both for Star Wars by dividing 2 by 0.06 and 5 by 5 by Star Wars and Carol. So the result is 4.7. If the system only use 2 recommendations, so we have to check again, sort from the highest value. So 7 Avenger, Carol, so Avenger, and Carol, yeah. Because of that, if there is 3, maybe this is the 3 recommendation. Well, this is the how we calculate this collaborative filtering. This method is the first website using this method is the Amazon, yeah, for their online shop. This is the management issue or intelligent agents. Management related to the, for example, expense, yeah, money, security, system integration, hardware requirement, software, the accuracy, agent learning, privacy. So computer intelligence and industrial for the vendor, because we can just use it. For example, this is the chatbot application using the Google Colab. You can make some application to answer. Of course, this is not similar with WeChat with human. Yeah? So this is we create the chat, the bot or agent that can answer the question. You only use the spicy wonderful Python library for natural language processing. The chatbot is a lot of researcher use natural chatbot similar with human. We install the spicy to our system, and then we use some downloading the core. There is a lot of this is 100 megabytes. This is big, but because we use Google Colab, we don't download this because they only download from github.com here to the cloud. Transferring from cloud to cloud is more faster than cloud to our laptop. So 100 megabyte is from this GitHub to the Google Colab, only some more faster. And then you import the spicy. You can just continue to maybe you can try with your browser. I have share you to chatting, and we can check. We still waiting here. So you just run every code. For example, after this finish, you continue to importing spicy. This is a sample for checking. It's okay, and then parsing corpus. Corpus is similar with dictionary. Dictionary, there's a lot of data inside the corpus. A corpus is a single, jamaknya is corpora. And then there is so you can, this is a sample answer from the corpus, and then making a sentence, and you just make the experiment until finishing like this. You can chat with your machine here, and according to Turing machine, if you have your friend, for example, type using the chatbot exceeding 5 minutes without consider that our we conversation with the machine, that is the chatbot is good. But below the 5 minutes, we make conversation and consider that our is machine, so the chatbot is not good. So for you as an information student, another aspect for chatbot is the user satisfaction, yeah. Because if your website using the chatbot, but user do not like with your chatbot, it will reduce your website performance. Yeah? So be careful. For information system department should make the research, yeah? Give the survey to the user about the chatbot, for example. If there is a lot of user do not satisfy with the chatbot, you should make the recommendation to the IT staff or the department to uh, do not use the chatbot, yeah, using only the real chat, yeah, because it will reduce your performance, yeah. Okay, I think it's enough for this session. I will make some screenshot for your attendance. Okay, I have captured your attendance. Thank you very much for the attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good night.